Well, let's just go ahead and get nice and comfortable. And what I'm going to do is invite us again to be very sovereign in our energy. Everyone can have their own wonderful experience and calling your higher self fully into your body. And your guides are so happy to meet with you, to reunite with you. They've been there all your life, whether you've had a conscious connection with them or not. So we are now stating our intent that we would like to meet our guide in a way that we'll be able to see them, hear them, feel them, sense them, know them. We're just going to take an easy walk up a hill, and at the top of that hill, we're going to meet our guide and be able to see them, learn their name. They will have a gift for you, and they'll have a message for you. So that's what we're going to do right now. So please just go ahead and get very comfortable. You're welcome to close your eyes if you haven't already. Welcome to stretch out if you want to, or just get relaxed in your seat. And just see yourself on a beautiful summer day, just the right temperature. As you slowly, easily walk up a wonderful little hill, trusting this is your path, walking up the path. Sometimes it wanders to the left, sometimes it wanders to the right, but you just trust that this is your path as you continue to walk easily up the hill to meet your guide. As you walk along the path, you may notice some beautiful sights and sounds and smells of nature. Perhaps there are some lovely trees, flowers, shrubbery, perhaps some herbs. As you continue to walk easily up the path, feeling more and more relaxed, more and more enlightened by that wonderful sun just beaming all through you, relaxing you, so that you can hear that whisper of your own inner wisdom, of your own soul. Walking easily up the path, you're welcome to stop for a moment and touch any tree or flower or herb that may be calling your name, and to just really enjoy that moment with it. Perhaps you'll feel the petal smooth feel of a rose, for example, and smell that vibrant scent. You've now reached the top of the hill. As you look around you, you see you're standing in a grove of trees, a grouping of trees. As you step out of that grove of trees, you notice you're in a clearing. As you look straight ahead, you see another grove of trees. You sense your guide is there, so happy to meet you, to reunite with you in this conscious way, that you'll be able to continue to work with your guide like this from today going forward. Your guide is now stepping out into the clearing. What does your guide look like? You may be able to see your guide, or just sense or know or feel what your guide looks like. Take in the detail and be very comfortable. This is a loving, wise presence for you. They may present looking like a human being. They may be an ancestor, a beloved relative that's passed on. They may be a surprising relative that's passed on that you weren't that close to in this lifetime, or even had a challenging relationship with, but they can be a guide for you because you've had many lifetimes together. They may present as a friendly animal, totem animal, perhaps a powerful animal, such as a tiger, a lion, a bear, a wolf. They may present as an ascended master. They may present as an angel. They may present as a benevolent galactic family member, a quote, alien, someone in a different life form. But just remember, they're very benevolent, very loving and wise, very friendly towards you. So just see and enjoy that guide and know what they look like. Go ahead and ask your guide what name you can call them by. And sometimes they just use the funniest simple names because their name may not be pronounceable in the English language. So I meet a lot of Bobs and Jims, and that's just fine. It's just a label that you're going to agree on, that you're going to call them by. Your guide would like to now present you with a gift. So you're welcome to receive that gift. They're going to present you with a box. And when you're ready, go ahead and receive that gift and open that box. And take a look at what's inside. There may be one item, or there may be more than one. And what does this gift mean to you? How does this help you in your life now? If you're not sure, you can ask your guide to explain it to you. So I'll be quiet for a moment. We'll just hold the sacred space, and your guide and you can talk about what this gift is and how it helps you in your life now. Wonderful. Everyone's doing great. Remember, you've got this connection now, so you can connect with your guide at any time and get more information from them. It may come as a dream, it may come as a sign or synchronicity, or it may be a direct conversation during meditation or when you least expect it and you're putting out the trash or washing the dishes, but your mind is quiet. Your guide now has a message for you. So I'm putting my hands over my heart and helping you each hear that message that your guide has for you. So go ahead and hear that message and ask them what you'd like to ask. We're just going to take one more moment and then prepare to thank your guide and for them to depart, knowing that you can connect again at any time. So just one more moment, and then we will say thank you and depart. All right, wonderful. Let's thank our guides for everything that they do for us, for being so important, so helpful, just that wonderful whisper of intuition and those new solutions that come to us when we just quiet down and surrender and ask for help and ask for guidance. It will just come to us in the most beneficial ways. So let's thank our guides, and they're now going to turn and go back into the grove of trees on their side, and we're going to turn and go into the grove of trees on our side, and you're able to easily come back down the hill. I'm going to count to 5, and on the count of 5, you'll be back in your bodies, back in the present day, which is Sunday, May 17th, 2020. You'll be fully oriented to the present day and time and able to connect powerfully with your guide from today forward anytime you ask to. 1, 2. Your breath is coming a little faster now as you're moving back into your body now, present day and time, Sunday, May 17th, 2020. 3, 4. Easily coming back down the hill, back into your present body, feeling enlightened, feeling grateful for this marvelous connection with your guide. 5, fully awake, back to the present day, Sunday, May 17th, 2020. All right. Able to open your eyes if you haven't already, stretch if you need to, coming back to the present day and time, back into our bodies. Everyone is now coming back. And you're welcome to turn your screens on, and I'm going to unmute everybody.
Thank you, Wendy.
Okay, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's backtrack first to the healing temple. Were people able to have an experience in the healing temple? Were you able to see any of the colored lights? How about show of hands on that?
I don't know if I saw anything. It was more of just like, I just knew, I think I knew what it was.
Okay. And that's equally valid, Amy. Thanks for bringing that up, because you might just know or feel or sense.
Like the word came, I work with color all the time. So it's like the words mean something to me too, besides just seeing the color. So that's how I kind of saw it.
I felt an energy.
Okay. So you could feel energy, Valerie?
Yep.
Wonderful. Do you remember what it felt like, if that's okay to share, like if there was like warmth or tingly, or did you get a way to describe it?
I would say a slight pressure.
Okay. Yep, that's one of kind of the top 3 is like warm or cool or some pressure or tingly. Yeah, very good. All right. Well, how about connecting with the guides? Who was able to meet with a guide? Maybe show of hands on that. Okay, I'm just changing my screen so I can see the other half of the world here. Trying to get all the Brady Bunch together. All right, very good, very good. Well, who has questions? Are there any questions about having met your guide? Did you have a sense of your guide before, or was this like a brand new meeting for you? Was this a first time conscious meeting? Anyone want to share what that was like?
I will share that several years ago, working with a pendulum, and I was asking the pendulum if it was spirit. And it said yes. And I asked it if it had a name. We spelled out its name. I'm still talking to it by way of the pendulum, right? And I asked, well, can I hear you? And I began to hear it.
Wonderful. So did the spirit guide that you met today, Valerie, did that feel, bless you, did that feel like that same spirit?
Oh, yes, that spirit's been with me.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful, very good.
So I have 2 spirit guides that I've been communicating with for quite a while. and I haven't ever seen them. So I got to see them today.
Yes,
oh,
me too.
yay.
One of them,
Oh,
one
that's
of them looks like a guy that I saw in a movie last night, and I had to look a couple of times. And the other one looked alien. He
Okay.
had a different form. And I asked their names, and they have a very sharp, it's almost like talking to John Mason. They have this wonderful sense of humor all the time.
Uh-huh.
And one of them is named Om, and the other one, the alien, is named Eek.
Okay.
O-M and E-E-K.
Okay.
I tried not to laugh through this presentation.
That's
It's
wonderful.
nice to see them and get their names.
That's fantastic, Nancy, and that makes perfect sense that someone in a movie last night reminded you, because you knew you were coming to this program.
Yeah.
And I've been asking our higher selves and guides to come together and plan for today.
Well, there's one more thing I want to say in regards to your experience when you felt you were blown over to the right.
Mm-hmm.
One of our beloved members, Paula Forche, did a meditation recently. And in that meditation, I was very deep into it and relaxed and kind of leaning on my right arm, and it felt my arm slipped off the chair. And the first thing I heard was, I'm moving to the right. And I said, oh, what does that mean? And my spirit guides told me, do what's right for you and listen to your higher self.
Perfect. That's wonderful.
So it's almost word for word what you were
That's so
telling
interesting.
Yeah.
And it may be in a different direction for other people, but that's interesting that for both of us it happened to be to the right.
Yes.
And I had a free trial of some aura software for a while, and I was able to put just 2 photographs through it. And I put a photograph into it that was me on vacation at my dad's house, just feeling, really relaxed and standing out on his upper deck with the lake behind me. And you could see this yellow aura all around me, but it wasn't around me. It was way shifted over to my right.
Yeah.
And that was like taken the July before, then like 10 months later, I had the experience where and I thought, there's photographic proof, because your aura is normally right around you in a photo. And here my aura was not with me. It was over to my right.
And I had one more question.
Please.
With the raising of this 5th dimensional energy, what becomes of our physical bodies? Do we go through a physical change in our bodies? Like I've been listening about the crystalline energy, the changing of our DNA.
Yes, that's a very profound question, and it's exactly what's going on. Is we're healing our DNA at a cellular level.
Very good.
So our full DNA and RNA is being restored and coming back in. So it can bring up some stuff that we need to shed, and we can need to work with our guides to help us resolve it, because it's kind of like we're peeling the onion to get back to that pure soul essence. Or sometimes we need to work with healers, because it's just, we can't shift it ourselves quickly enough, and it's just too uncomfortable. So again, be willing to ask for help when you need it.
Thank you.
Of course, that's a really good question. Anyone else? Any other comments on meeting the guide, or what it's like to work with your guide, or how to do that, or anything else? John?
When I was in my 20s, I was just getting exposed to some of this. I did an exercise to meet my spirit healer, a guide that came up, and I was 20 years old, and not very mature, and I haven't gotten very far with that since then. But
you're not supposed to. You're supposed to keep the sense of humor.
Yeah. And what happened was I was kind of disappointed. I had this imagination that I was going to meet this really aesthetically pleasing, older, wise person. They were going to step.
Who did you meet? Did you get like a cartoon one?
Yeah. So what I met a middle-aged, dark-haired, but balding pharmacist with a white jacket on. I looked at him. I said, "You're not very spiritually impressive." And of course, I wasn't answered that because that was my own ego that was creating this caricature. But I did get really great information, and it answered a question. I didn't even believe the answer that I got, but I did what I was told, and it really worked well. So for people that are just getting started on that, sometimes if you're immature like I am, you have an expectation, and then it often laughs at you when you do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Some people will tell me from this meditation, because it's a fine line. It's like, I don't want to lead the witness too much because I want you all to have your own experiences, but I also don't want people to discount it, because I've had people have like Daffy Duck show up as their guide and like just the Roadrunner, or like these, cartoons, and they're like, oh yeah, I didn't do the meditation right. I'm like, well, what did you see or experience? There's no wrong. It's just what's right for us. It's to make us laugh, or it's to make the Roadrunner can come up. Haven't we all been in this place where we're like running around with like chickens with our heads cut off, and we're just being human doings? And that Roadrunner can come up to just get you to go, oh my gosh, wow, I need to, stop doing that and stop blowing things up with the Acme kit. I can take a more gentler, slower approach to these things. So it's always right for you.
So much better.
Yeah, it's always right for you. And that's great, Nancy, that you were able to, just matter-of-factly, if that's what it was like for you, to just accept, okay, I've got and I've got eek, and that's what's right for me.
But it seemed appropriate because I've been trying to visualize them, and they're so crazy, they're so funny, that I didn't expect their names to be normal.
Yes.
So and eek just fit them just perfectly.
Yes, exactly. I used to spend too much time in sessions with clients trying to get the correct name and trying to get them to sound it out and spell it out. And then we just went to their like, oh, please stop wasting 5-10 minutes doing that. Just call me Bob. It doesn't matter what the name is, because it's just, the energy signature of that guide, and you're just going to trust them and know that that's what's right for you, and then just use that code name. So that's been, a change the last 6 months or so.
Well, it's interesting because like when I was in my 20s, I was experiencing things that are very, very in tune with what's going on now. And then I kind of closed the lid for 20 years. And the first time, I was saying, so, tell me your name. And like this name Marcus came up. I'm like, cool. And I'm like, okay, if that's your name, I'm going to see it 2 more times today. And the third time that day, I was watching The Simpsons, and the girlfriend of that criminal guy goes, oh, Marcus. I'm like, oh, give me a break. I was like, that's so great.
And
so then,
Amy, go ahead.
Oh, you go ahead. You can ask.
So that's such a great thing, because I have so many people that come to this work that are left-brained or high IQ or skeptical, doubting Thomases, whatever. And that's perfectly valid to just say, please show me more. Please show me proof. Please verify. This came up. Here's what I think you're telling me, or what I think's going on. Please validate it for me. That is very appropriate.
Well, it happened again 2 weeks ago, because I was like, all right, man. All right. So I'm like doing this stuff now. And I think you need to do this again. So I was taking a walk at the cemetery by my house, and I love cemeteries. And so I'm walking around and I'm like, all right, well, I'm not seeing it. And all of a sudden I see Marcella. Like, okay, that's actually a derivative of Marcus. And then Marcel was like 4 next to it. And then I saw 1 more. I'm like, all right.
Wow.
But I saw him for the first time today. And I think I'm going to have to watch, Last of the Mohicans soon.
Well, unbeknownst to me, I've been calling them by name for a long time. Oh, and
There you go. Because yes, because it can be more of a sound, you know, rather than a quote, a name.
right.
Well, good. Well, are there any other questions, or shall we start to wrap up for today, John?
Well, I want to thank you very much, Wendy, for coming on. I know that people can find you if they're listening to this video or watching this video. It's Wendy Rose Williams, and you have a website and a whole lot of information and are of service to us in so many ways. And thank you for this presentation.
Oh, my absolute pleasure. So thank you, John, for all the hard work you did and all the practicing we did. And please do visit that website, and you're welcome to request a complimentary 15-minute phone appointment through the website if you think you might want to learn more about doing a past life regression session or have a channeling with Mary Magdalene. And you'll also find there's more than 40 podcasts and interviews that are on my website. So thank you. It just was an honor to have everybody here today. You're such a wonderful group. So thank you very, very much.
Thank you, Wendy.
Thank you.
Can you give your website to us?
Sure. My website is my full name, which is Wendy, W-E-N-D-Y, RoseWilliams.com.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.